Yeah, coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah. LA baby who run away, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, yeah. State your name, big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Shooting the bay, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it, and pretty with my coffee. Money clip vibes, so that I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming. Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah. LA baby who run away, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. Bitch, I'm active. If he never heard of Ben Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch. I'm broke if you asking. Don't gotta sell him, most of y'all is wrong. This broken wrist is longer than it's foreign. Heard you want it cause he is enormous. What's an ass? Said she is a gorgeous. Live my life last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest.
Can you back it up?
Knocking on the door. This came in, I came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in. Yeah, flex.
So you look like this book. Just a chop.
I like baby who run away. Yeah. I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby who run away. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10, 10, 10. Yeah.
What's up, Bomb Squad? Let me turn this on. What's up, Bomb Squad? This is DC KOOLAID and
Lisa.
you put
my bag on my hand, y'all.
She gonna put her hand right in the thing. Right in the thing.
All right.
Hold on, let me turn this on so I can turn this thing down. You supposed to have that other microphone. I forgot all about it. No, the other one, the one I got. I'll get it in a minute after you talk a minute. Why is that on? Hold on. Thought I cut it on. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear. All right, hold on.
I need 3 chins. I need 3 less chins.
I'm about to hit you. Let me turn this down.
I need 3 less chins. That's my mic.
You stupid. Turn your mic on. I just want to make sure it ain't making that noise.
What? It is making that noise. What it? What?
It didn't make that noise. That feedback. What's up? What's up? What's Terry doing? TV?
I got my
What's up, Miss Tell the Truth?
I got my I Dream of Jeannie ponytail. Hold on, let me turn this camera off for a second.
Why you turn it off?
I'm trying to get my outfit.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Hope y'all having a beautiful weekend.
That's her.
I hope y'all having a good weekend and enjoying your weekend. We're gonna be talking about some serious stuff as far as people but drinking, alcohol.
We could call this a trigger warning. I would say that for anybody that is the spouse, child, relative of an alcoholic, the conversation might get a little close to home. So,
and if you want to get on the panel and you want to talk about it also, you might have some family members or friends or relatives that you might want to discuss that's on the topic we're talking about today. So don't be afraid. All you gotta do, you can get on the panel and just turn off your camera and it just showed a little circle thing like this. You can do this if you just want to talk to us and tell us your story.
Oh yeah.
If you don't want people to know.
My bad. Hold on.
So there she go touching stuff. Playing.
Hey, yeah. First of all.
So a lot of things go on when people drinking. A lot of people like that, some people drink, what is it, leisure time? Like, you go out.
Socially. It's called social drinking.
Drinker. Then you had the drinkers that gotta have a drink.
But you have people who drink, and then you have alcoholics. It's just the reality. It's people who drink, and you have alcoholic. Alcoholism is a disease. It's a physical. You become physically.
Let me see if I can find that mic while you talking.
You can become physically addicted to alcohol. Just like any other drug, it does have that. If you're have an addicted personality, and you can become addicted to alcohol. A lot of people say they use alcohol as a way to forget, as a way to dull the pain, as a way to take away the sadness. But in my experience, it doesn't do any of that. Alcohol doesn't do any of that. It doesn't take away the pain. It doesn't dull anything. If anything, it makes it heightens your senses. It makes you more sensitive. People say I'm a happy drunk, I'm a funny drunk. And there are people who get drunk and they are happy. I'm a happy drunk. I want to laugh and joke. I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to argue. I just want to be drunk and happy and laugh and joke and laugh at people and eventually eat something really greasy and go to bed. That's what I want to do. You have people that get drunk and they want to fight. They don't drink all the time, but when they do drink, they want to fight. Alcohol makes them mean. Or some people say mean, some people say angry. Some people say if I drink brown liquor, if I get brown liquor, I get mean. If I drink white liquor, I want to have sex. The reality is that either you're a drinker or a drunk. There's only two. And she bought me a mic, y'all. I don't know what the mic does. What does the mic do? I got a blue mic, y'all. I got to get a pink one. She think I'm going to keep using this blue mic. It's unacceptable. Hold on, let me see. It does stuff, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Who's got an echo? Hold on, yeah. Not too far. Hold on, let me put the echo up. So let me see what it sounds. Oh, wait. Echo. Ooh. Do y'all hear the echo? I don't think that's appropriate for the topic. So I'm going to take the echo out. Y'all know how we'll play with stuff. Hey, y'all. All right. I'm going to stick this up so I can see y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's turn your camera back on. I'm going to try to see and stick this up so I can see.
Messing with stuff.
I'm not messing with nothing. I'm messing with stuff. So I can see the chat while I'm talking.
I mean, I keep up with the chat. You just keep talking. Check one. There you go. Everything is cut off. All right, there you go.
I got it.
Hey, what's up, Dina? What's up, Karen Wood?
Can you hear this better in the microphone?
Yeah, you a little closer.
My thing is off. I can turn my volume up some. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Good.
In the microphone. All right, hey y'all. So like I said, if you are the child, the spouse, hell, the friend of an alcoholic, you understand the topic. And this will be a trigger warning for some people that have had really bad experiences with people that drink. Now, how you handle those experiences are unique to each and every person. No person will handle the exact same experience the exact same way. So, but the main reason, for this is people who allow alcohol to take over their life, to affect their day-to-day life. Hold on.
My thing is, like, okay, when you used to drink, when you was young, when you was when you was young and everything, it was totally different because when you young, you used to go out and party and you drink and you get drunk and you have fun and the next day you pay for it and you go to church Sunday and You go back and do
Sometimes you
your
go to
work.
church drunk Sunday.
You go back to work and do your how you call it, your everyday work, work habits. You gotta go work and do your job, and then you look forward for Friday, and do the same thing all over again. Have a good time, hang over the next day, or go back out, but you still go back to work and do the same thing, like normal. But some people, they just take it, that's when you're young. But when you reach a certain age, you gotta think about your life. Because alcohol is not really good, first of all, for your body. It ain't good at all. But if you drink, cake, social, however you do it, it's fine. But if it's taking over your life, where you're not functionable, or you believe in your own lies and your own stories,
I don't even think it's about believing their own lies. I think that you've gotten so used to lying and you've gotten so used to covering what you do that
Thank you,
the
Karen.
truth doesn't make any sense to you. If you are an alcoholic and let's say you have a job, you have to, there are what you call functional alcoholics. There are people who can function in the regular, I don't say the real world because it's all the real world, but there are alcoholics who can function everyday tasks drunk. They don't have the sway, they don't have the jump because they have been drunk for so long and so often that they have perfected a way to do it around others. Not to say they don't let themselves go, and not to say that the people that are close to them do not see what's going on, because they do. The reality is that the kids, the spouse, the immediate family, the sisters, the brothers, the moms, the daddies, they know. Now you do have parents that will ignore that. You do have spouses that will ignore that. They will make excuses for their child, make excuses for their spouse, make excuses for their kid. Instead of figuring out why you need the alcohol to dull whatever perceived pain that you have. Because think about it. You get off work, first thing you do, I'm going to go grab a drink. We young. We're going to go out to have cocktails. After work, long, stressful day, I'm going to get a drink. Nowadays, marijuana has become more prevalent and people are now doing it more in the open than before. So before, if you were a weed smoker, but you couldn't do it in the restaurant or in the club you were going in, you would go have a few cocktails with your friends. Unwind from the stress of the day. To a person that is physically addicted and alcoholic to alcohol, there doesn't need to be any specific trigger because you're working off of a constant trigger. I don't know why my mother drank. I couldn't tell you the one specific incident that triggered her to drink, to start drinking. I cannot tell you why. I can't even tell you how long she was doing it because I know by the time my brother came along, she had started. My brother's 2 years younger than I am. I don't know why. But I know that as I grew up, you make excuses. I wasn't raised by my mom. I was raised by my grandmother. But my grandmother would always try to connect us, me going down there for the summers, when I went to high school, going to high school. I went to high school in Atlanta with her from the 9th grade. And I don't know why. There would be alcohol. She wouldn't have to hide it because I think my stepdad by that time just given up. He was just like, whatever. It was just a lot, but I can't tell you what triggered her. I can't tell you why she kept going. why she kept going up until the time that she had triple bypass surgery and could not go physically to get something to drink. By the time she had procedures and she could not drive herself to the store, that's the only reason she stopped drinking and smoking. Not because she stopped, but because she couldn't physically go to get it, and I wasn't going to get it, and my sister wasn't going to get it. So it was more of a forced detox or whatever than anything else. And then she had triple bypass open heart surgery, and she was in rehab for 3 months. So by the time she got out of that, she had detoxed and everything. So, but it wasn't because she had hit rock bottom. She decided that the way she was acting and what she was doing was wrong. It was that she was forced to. She had to. Her physical limitations made it so that she couldn't drink anymore. Yeah, I get the pain. I mean, Megan Fox said it's the pain. I get the pain. I get that. Because the reality is all of us have some kind of pain, some kind of something that weighs on our chest and sits on our shoulders. And we all figure out ways to deal with it. Some people, I get quiet now. When I'm having a day, I get quiet. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to go online. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit, be quiet, be in my own zone, and that's it. And I've had some really bad times. But I guess because I grew up with somebody who used alcohol as a crutch, a Band-Aid, a medicine, I just didn't turn to that. Now, when I was growing up, I was lit. We would go out, hang out, and get drunk, drink our drink, smoke our weed, go about our business. But I didn't have to have it. I did it because it was there. I did it because I was young. Because I knew that no amount of alcohol, no amount of tequila shots, no amount of weed, none of that is going to change what's going on that's causing the pain until you address what's causing it. And I think that sometimes, yeah, loneliness does lead to crutches. I think that sometimes the excuses that you make for other people, I never understood. And even now, as a old adult with almost grown kids, I still don't understand how you allow the alcohol to become more important than the family, than your kids, than your spouse, than the people that love you. Because at the end of the day, this alcohol is not helping you at all. It's not. It's not even doing what you wanted to do anymore. It's not making it feel any better. You're not any number. You're not any, it doesn't cover up the pain. It doesn't cover up the hurt. It doesn't fix the loneliness. If anything, the more you drink, the more it becomes glaringly clear that you are alone, that you are sad, that you are mad, that you are hurt. It makes it worse. It emphasizes the pain, the hurt, the loneliness. You sit there and one night I was 18 and I was a senior in high school. And yes, I was a senior in high school. It's one of the reasons that I left Atlanta before I graduated and went back to Alabama. And she wanted to go out to the club. And my stepfather had to go to work. And my sister, who is 12 years younger than me, she couldn't stay there by herself. And my brother was not about to babysit nobody. So he was 16. And my brother had felt the full brunt of my mother's alcoholism because he was with her the whole time. He was with her at her peak alcoholic years. So she gets mad with me because I won't leave the house and go with her drinking. She gets mad with me because by then she's already drunk. And I'm like, Mom, I can't leave. My sister's, he going to work. I gotta stay with the baby. Talking about. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. This was what, 30, 36 years ago? 37, 36. One of, I'm 55, so it's 37 years ago. Uh, and she attacked me. I was sitting on the couch. She come thought I wouldn't fight her because she my mama. Remember. Yeah, y'all remember. Me and my mom was raised like sisters. That's how we acted. So she thought she gonna jump on me and I was just gonna go, no. This was peak 18 Lisa. This was talk shit. This was an opportunity Lisa. This is who this was. This was if you about it, let's get about it. So I'm like, so she did something and then she got me and anyway, that was it. I'd had enough. I'd had enough of my head hitting the windshield. I'd had enough of arguing with her that you can't win. I've had enough. So I went. So, and then a couple other things happened and I ended up leaving before I could physically graduate from the high school I was in. And I ended up going back to graduate from the high school from where I was from. But I just wasn't going back to nobody's school. So I went and got my GED. I just was done. I was done with school. As much as I was doing, I was done with school. Hold on. Hold on. Loneliness. I can't remember what the changes were. But that's one thing I never allowed. But I felt like a phony. Hey y'all. Hey everybody. No one's ever 5, yeah. Worst right here. But yeah, so I'm not, she's still doing things. Yeah, I mean, let me tell y'all something. We get used to making excuses for our family and our spouses and our kids. We get used to that. We get used to, oh, that's just how my brother acts. Oh, that's just the way he acts like when he comes home from work. Oh, that's just how my son has a few issues. This is all the things. We make excuses and we constantly make excuses. Instead of meeting whatever it is face on and taking it and taking whatever come with it. And take whatever come with it. Instead of trying to figure out why you're sad, why you're mad, why you need this. Instead of trying to do all those things, we just allow them to keep going on with the life they're living and hoping that one day they'll figure it out. But the reality is that they won't. They don't have to. When they wreck the cars, you pay the insurance or you pay for the damage and you buy another car. When they get busted driving, you go and you got friends on the thing and you be like, hey, don't put that on their record. I got them, I'll take them home. When they are sitting in the bathroom butt naked in the middle of the floor crying, you just pour some water on their face and you put them in the bed and hope they act better tomorrow. I can't see. Babe, could you give me something to drink? My mouth is super dry talking. Super duper dry. I'm dealing with it. And there's no shame in the game. See, that's what happens. We attach shame to people who are going through, who are alcoholics or drug addicts. We attach shame to that. Because the reality is the difference between you and a drug addict or alcoholic is your body chemistry. That's it. That's the difference between you and an addict, is just your body chemistry. Thank you. That's it. You may find other ways to cope with things that are bothering you, because not everybody goes and seeks help. Not everybody even talks to their family. Not everybody even talks to their family. So, babe, um, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm taking out my glasses. I can't be seeing. Yeah, I mean, the reality is that alcoholics cost money. Alcoholics and drug addicts cost money, and it don't be their money because they ain't got no money, or don't only be their money. That's it. That's just the reality. Alcoholics, um, alcoholics cause damage to other people's house and cars. They don't always have the insurance, and somebody got to pay for that.
If you want to get on a panel and tell your story, you might help somebody else out. You can jump on the panel. You can jump on the panel also.
Hey, yeah.
Oh yeah, just click on that link. You don't have to show your face if you don't want. You can hit the
Alcoholics cause emotions.
My thing is when people drink like that, I don't understand. Like, I have got into relationships where, you know, I always known them to be drinking all the time. So I felt like when you drinking and you get in a relationship, I don't know if it's the real you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's you or it's the alcohol. So it's one thing to get in a relationship with a person that y'all go out drinking or they drink when they get home, but to meet them and they intoxicated all the time, it's like I feel like you're not comfortable in your own skin because you feel like you gotta have a drink.
Well, is that like somebody who's an alcoholic or somebody just who drinks?
Well, they just,
I mean, do they?
I don't know, like if that's what they got to do to feel comfortable when they with somebody. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in our community, I will say in the LGBTQ community, before people come out, before people become comfortable with their sexuality, they do use alcohol, because people will use alcohol to lower their inhibitions, to be able to participate in things that they really want to do, but that they allow society and other people's thoughts about them stop them. So yes, they'll get drunk to have sex. You'll have people who are lesbian or gay, and they'll have to be drunk to have sex the way they want to, because they spend so much of their time being something they're not. So they don't know how to be themselves without help. And that's just, sadly, that's how it is in our community sometimes. That's why we have a high rate of alcoholism and addiction and suicide in the LGBTQIA plus community. It's a lot of levels, because it's hard to be yourself.
Yes, because I done ran into people like that, and I had to let them go because I felt like, why is this person always drinking? You know, and then it's like I never knew their other side, because I guess, like you say, they weren't comfortable in their own skin. You know, I just never got that part.
I mean, we shouldn't be worried about, like we said in the other video, how people get down. But the reality is that society makes people do crazy things. And like I said, I don't know my mom's trigger. And only the person that is the alcoholic or the addict, only they know why. Because sometimes, I don't know if sometimes it does happen by accident. Because we were watching, what was that, Snowfall?
Yeah.
And during the crack epidemic, or during the crack, when it first started, a lot of people would try crack that would never do another drug and then become a crack addict because it was so highly addictive. So maybe sometimes people are more susceptible to So maybe alcoholics are more susceptible to falling into the trap of being an alcoholic. They're not able to, before the addiction take over, just have one drink. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't. I mean, I growing up, I could have one drink and have it last all night, or I could drink the bottle and then try to figure out how to get the rest of the alcohol air out of the bottle. I mean, it just depends upon the night. But I didn't. I did other things. I just had a bad attitude. I did other things because when you young, let me tell you some good shit. Let me tell you something good. I'm gonna tell you some good stuff. from my mid teens to my early 30s, I drank a lot. I didn't have to drink. Me and my friends would go out, get drunk, go to work the next day. I worked a lot. I drank a lot. Um, I was only a couple of times where I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die drunk," or I think I've only had a couple of pukey drunks. But I wasn't drinking to forget anything. I wasn't drinking because I wasn't drinking to numb any pain. My attitude was that. That was my I didn't like nobody and didn't nobody have to like me and keep to myself attitude was that. Because when I was off work and it was just me and I was by myself, I didn't drink. I didn't drink alone. I didn't sit up in the house and just sat there, I didn't just need, I don't do that. I don't even do it now. Before I hurt my leg and I was walking doing stuff, I didn't even just walk around with a glass of wine like all other. I wanted to be the wine lady. You know what I want? Just come on and work me a glass of wine and sit around. I didn't even do that. So I don't know why people will allow alcohol to basically destroy your life. I mean, you got to the point where nobody believes you. You bring danger to your door. You bring danger to your kids. Your kids, I saw my brother was just, that was his life. A raging alcoholic. That was his life. That was his life. And now that I look back on it, I can't be mad with him because that was his whole life. And I haven't seen him since 1985. And if he comes across it and he sees me, or if he's in heaven, because I wouldn't know, just know I love you. But that was his life. And can you imagine the level that these kids of alcoholic parents have to go through, the spouses of alcoholics? My stepfather was beaten down. When they first got married, he was happy and it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful from what I saw. Like I said, I wasn't there. But as time went by, he started looking different and acting different and even walking different. His shoulders weren't as high anymore, just beat down. The parents of an alcoholic having to make excuses after excuses. My grandmama did it for my uncle every day.
I just be wondering, what is it gonna take? Like, if you've been through a whole lot of different scenarios that done happen to you several times due to the same thing, what is it gonna take you to see that it's not for you? It's like you've been through so much in your life. I mean, a lot, to the point where you still doing the same thing. But you'll say, what's the word? I'm all right. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, they all know what they're doing. I'm not drunk. I didn't drink that much today. You just picking on me. I can handle it. Um, I don't need you telling me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. I can drink what I want. I'm grown. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're married, your spouse has to deal with somebody who you never know who's coming through the door when you are married to or dating an alcoholic. You never know. You never know what person you're getting. You never know who you're getting.
And for the ones that had kids,
Your kids never
for the ones
know
that have
what
kids,
your kids never know what will set you off. Your kids never know whether
thank you, Megan.
your kids will never know what set you off. And they'll be scared of you. Your family will be scared for you. Will go broke trying to make sure you're okay. And you will be okay with them doing so. I cannot imagine the rock bottom you have to hit. Because reality is that you can't tell an alcoholic. You can't tell an
You
alcoholic.
can't tell them nothing.
Oh yeah, you can't tell them nothing.
You can't tell them nothing.
Okay, Megan, you can't tell an alcoholic shit. You can't tell them that what they're doing is affecting somebody else because they don't think it's affecting anybody else because you're not doing what they're doing. You're not going through what they're going through. You don't know the pain that they're in. Well, tell me. Tell me. Tell me what you're going through. Tell me the hurt. Tell me what is making you sad. Tell me what is causing this. Tell me. And then we can figure it out. Maybe we can figure it out. Maybe we can and find out what we need to do. And you don't know what course of action to take. You don't know what course of action to take. You don't know whether or not you're supposed to just ride the status quo and ride the wave, or if you're supposed to give them tough love and put them out and do this, and the third. I don't know. Me and DC watch Hoarders. I watch Hoarders, and then she'll just start watching the TV because it's on. And Hoarders is a good because they don't have a lot of for people who they don't have a lot of just alcohol shows. Hoarders is a good thing to show you how you don't know what to do with these people who have an addiction that you don't understand. So we were watching Hoarders yesterday. And on every Hoarders, the doctor or whoever, the therapist or specialist, try to come up with what made them start hoarding. What was the trigger? What was the pop? So we watched one where her husband passed away. And from then on, it was like, I can't throw away anything. It was started with books, and then it was this, and then it was that, and then it was trash, and then it was food, and then it was your house that you have to, it was ridiculous. But I'm getting to where they try to change the person. So me, I'm sitting up in the house saying, why are you talking to them? This addiction, they look at this 7,000 books and these roaches running up and down that wall, throwing gang signs at each other because you got the big roaches on this side and the little roaches on this side and the rats running the streets in the middle. They look at that and that's normal. So you sitting up here telling them that, hey, we got to throw this stuff out of this house. It means you're throwing away their prized possession because they have touched everything in the house and everything in the house is theirs, and they need everything that's in the house to live. So to me, when we sit here armchair, what is it, psychiatrist or whatever, armchair, whatever, I'm sitting there going, put that into the hotel, clean out their house. Stop asking them to touch everything. Stop asking them to look at everything because they put everything in the house. That's what I don't get. They put each and every scrap of this shit in the house. These little old ladies who look like they can't pick up a flower off a bush put 17 million tons of shit in a 3-bedroom house. That's the same way with alcoholics. They don't see the fact that this bright and beautiful woman that they married is sitting over here and her shoulders are always slumped and flinches when you walk in the room because she don't know who she's about to get. They don't see that their kids are scared to bring them report cards or tell them how they did in school today because they don't know whether if this is the daddy or this is the daddy I don't do enough for. You look at your parent when you call your parents and your parents see your name pop up on the phone, you wonder, is he calling to check on me today? Or is he asking me for some money? Or is he in jail? Or is he on the side of the road? Or is this the state trooper or the sheriff calling me because my child has wrapped his car around a telephone pole or has driven his car into somebody's house or has driven his car over somebody? You don't see any of that. If somebody were to tell you that, you would tell them they was lying. You would tell them that's not me. That's not who I am. All while you're taking a drink. All while when you sweat, you smell like whatever alcohol. Your choice. My mom was sweating, smell like vodka. And I don't know who told y'all that you can't smell vodka. You can.
You can. Strawberry Kisses say a friend of mine was drunk driving, crashed into a telephone pole with her 3-year-old son in the car. She lost custody of him and her mom to her mom, and she's still doing it. That's sad.
We watch show after show and hear story after story and have these people in our families. It's not just the stuff we watch on TV. Like I said, it's my mom and my uncle. My mom and my uncle. Both of them were alcoholics, and one of them was a drug addict and alcoholic. And spent there, and they had the background. They had the 2-parent household. They had I'm sending you to college because my grandfather was in the military, so you can go to college. I have to pay for it. My uncle went in the army. My mom went in the Marines. They were raised with people who worked and paid for and got their quote unquote American dream. But they both decided for some reason that alcohol and drugs were more important than this family. And my uncle did it until he passed away from it, till his body finally gave out. And by that time, my mama called and told me about it. And I knew she was sad. So I was respectful, but I ain't care. I am one of the few that can cut off anybody. And the way he did my mama, and the way he did my mom, and the way he did my sister, I was through with him by then. The only thing that kept me out of jail was I got pregnant with Nick. The only thing from going down there and doing what I told him I was going to do when I was 25 was I was 7 months pregnant with my son. I was through with him then. I was through with him. When he hurt my mom, my sister, and my grandma, I was done. There was no coming back. I didn't care. And how I know I didn't care is when mom said that he had passed away, I felt nothing. I didn't want to cry. I wasn't sad. I was sad for her. I was upset for her because that was her son. That was her youngest. That was her baby. And it doesn't matter if my grandma was in her 70s at the time. That was still, and my uncle was in his 50s, 60s, something. I don't know. Thank you. I care about her. Thank you, man. I'm one of them rare few. And when I cut you, I meant that. Don't call me. Ain't got nothing for you. Act like you don't know me. Act like you act with everybody else. But not everybody can do that. And I'm not gonna say I can do it with everybody. I couldn't tell you. I could not sit up here and lie and tell you that I cut my son off or my wife off or my daughter off. I couldn't sit up there and tell you that I cut them off if they started acting an ass. So that'd be a lie. But I know I can cut off. And most people can't. Most people can't cut off their sister or their mama or their wife or their brother or their daddy or even a cousin that they love. Most people can't cut their kids off. And they will make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Even when they do come up with the one where, hold on, yeah. Hold on. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me go see. Yeah. I mean, it just, the reality is that people who drink, alcoholics, do not see what it's doing to the people around them. I don't know if they choose not to see it. I don't know if the alcohol makes them not see it. Or I don't know if the person that uses alcohol is just that person. The reality is that is it the alcohol making this person act this way? Or is it who the person is? You understand what I'm saying? It's like we always assume that when somebody drinks like is an alcoholic, that it's the alcohol that's making them mean or making them petty or whatever. But it's the reality is it's alcohol just emphasizing what they already are. Is this who that person is? Was this person kind of off before they started drinking? Did the alcohol just make what they do more prevalent? Thank you, Sandra. You see what I'm saying? I firmly believe that some of the people who drink, who are alcoholics and who use alcohol as a crutch, use that because that's just who they are. And you can't change. Listen here. People always say a person can change. You can grow. But the person that you were born, that person is always there. It's always there. It's your base. It is what imagine yourself as a house. Imagine yourself as a house that's built to withstand hurricanes, tornadoes, landslides, earthquakes, your house. And who you are is the base of that house. That is the basement. That is the floor. That is the foundation of your being, of your person. And that foundation has a lot of different things in it. It's not just one thing. It's not just one thing. But some people in their foundation and the core of who they are, it's a little more bad in that. It's a little more petty in that. It's a little more I don't give a fuck in that than in other folks. So the reality is people do not change. They grow. They adjust to their environment. They pay attention to what society says is right and wrong, and they try to adapt to that. But that base person will always pop out. Think about it. When you were growing up, your mom or your dad was the best person in the world to you. They hung the moon and stars, and the sun came out because they woke up. That's who your parents were to you. Now they had their ways about them. Maybe dad wasn't affectionate. He wasn't huggy, kissy, kissy. But he also, nothing you ever did was right. Nothing you ever did was quite right. And he always made it feel like it was your fault, that he thought that what you did wasn't quite right. But he still hung the moon and stars for you. Because that's your daddy. And your mom, she made the sun come up when she woke up. But you were never pretty enough or skinny enough. And it wasn't her fault. And it wasn't anything she did. Everything was your fault. And she was still the bringer of the sunshine because that's your mom and that's who she is. And as you grew older, they still hung the moon, the sun, and the stars. But then you started to realize that this person might not be all that awesome. And my mom and dad might be my mom and dad, and I would kill for them, but they might not be awesome people. Because at the end of the day, people are who they are. How many people can go around and say that my mom shouldn't have but one child, and maybe not that one? Or maybe they should have stopped with one or two. Or maybe my mom should have had any. Because as adults, we now see that I love my parents. But they weren't the people I thought they were. Because my kid brain is now an adult. And I realized that a lot of the stuff they were doing, that wasn't cool. Sometimes people use alcohol, drugs, even sex. Sex can be a drug of choice. Or gambling, anything. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes is it the people and then the alcohol is just something that added to it. Sometimes it's just the people. Sometimes they was going to be what they was going to be. And alcohol just made them worse. And then sometimes alcohol is a crutch they use to cover, to band-aid, to fix, to dull, to dumb down, to erase, to drown some problem that they think they can't handle. But if you can handle being a drunk, if you can handle being able to be drunk and stand up and sway to the wind and not fall, then you can handle whatever problems that this alcohol is not handling. Because I'm tell you something, and a good and a bad day, I done been flipped down, fall out, pass out. But it ain't never stopped the problem that I had the day before. It's still there the next day when I wake up with that hangover. So I see we have an addition to the panel. So we're going to allow Megan a little time on the panel, and I'm going to turn off my mic. I pass the mic.
What's up,
No,
Megan?
ma'am. Don't you dare. Just
I pass the mic to you.
What's up, Megan? Wait a minute, I don't hear you. Hold on.
Do I need to turn down?
Yeah, it's you.
All right, hold on.
I got you. I did it.
is it me?
Go ahead. There you go.
It was me.
It was Lisa.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girls.
What's up, Megan?
Hi, babies. You looking good.
You want to tell us?
Per usual. Per usual.
You look the same. You look like
Yeah, right. You're right. You're right. Except I got a little sobriety under me. Not much, because I literally fell off the wagon, jumped underneath it, and then let it back over me, and then go back forward. Some kind of stuff like that. It was right around my brother's anniversary date of his. I've only been missing him 3 years. That's it. And he was my best friend. So that was a big trigger for me. I fell off like a bitch. I'm like, I'd already done had like a year and God, 9 months.
Okay.
I was so close to 2 years. I was like, look at me. I'm so sober.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what the hell happened. Just somebody come by, the old school people. They come by and I happened to answer the door and he was like, you want a beer? And I was like, well, sure, I could drink one beer because I ain't drank in a minute.
Right.
Right? Right. See, Lisa, look at Lisa. She's done muted, but she's talking mild. You know what I mean, girl. You know what I mean. It's like, hey, I know you're sad. Your brother passed away. It was that guy. You know that guy? All right.
Yeah, your friends have to be okay with you being
Sober.
Your friends have to be okay with you being sober.
Right.
And if they're not, the reality is, and if you are getting back on that wagon, Megan,
I'm not.
The reality is that you got to get some new friends, baby girl.
You right about that. I'm thinking about relocating.
I mean, I don't say that's good for everybody, but if you're in a situation, because at the end of the day, you have to make your sobriety, and you have to put yourself first, regardless of what else is going on, regardless of whether you got kids or anything else. Because if you don't put yourself first and you don't get into a place where you're okay, you won't be able to be the person you want to be to the people you love.
If they're around, no. I always feel like a little bit of me is took away anyway. Even though I don't drink of them, like even if they come around and I don't drink, I still feel a little bit shady in my soul. It's hard to
I don't want you
explain.
to tell us why, what started, but you need to
What
find
started
somebody you
my
can talk
drinking?
to,
What
yeah,
started my
about why
drinking?
you started drinking,
Okay,
and try
well,
to figure out what you can do about what is your trigger, what is your push button, because if not, it'll be a seesaw, and it's hard. Like I
it
said, the
is.
only reason my mama got clean, for lack of a better term, is because she had to, not because
For
she
lack of a
wanted to.
better term.
I mean, I couldn't think. I mean, I don't know if
Look,
you
look,
get
look.
clean for
I don't want to
alcohol.
be that woman. You know what I mean? I don't, for lack of a better term, I don't want to be that woman that's like,
So
look, you don't gotta get clean, bitch. You want to die or you don't?
she didn't want to. It wasn't.
I'm not calling your mama B word.
No,
By the
no,
way, I was just saying
no,
that
no, no, no,
random.
no. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't. I was trying to figure. I was trying to say. I don't. Like I said, I don't know what her. I don't know what the initial issue was,
Right.
because that happened way back. But I know that by the time it became an issue where it affected all of us, it was just
Too
too late.
much.
It was too late. It was too far gone. And this was in a
Too much.
time when, right. And this was in a time when people weren't going to rehab, when people
Yeah.
weren't doing
Hey,
that stuff.
DCS wasn't involved in nothing. Look, we was walking around like locked out all day long, right?
Yeah,
Me
they
and
weren't
my
doing that.
siblings was out here in the streets begging for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And here my mom go, all laid up. Listen, here's one
So,
thing I do. I think I understand overall about like the thing with alcoholism, or like for me, for addiction, right?
mhm,
For me, I think of it like this. Like, okay, we all know nobody chooses to be an addict. Like,
no,
you don't wake up one day and say, oh man, I hope I get to be a drunk when I grow up. Or
no.
none of the things. Yeah, none of the things, right? And so it's not about that, really. What it is about, it's just like this pattern of life. Either you see it, you grow up with it, you see other people deal with their stresses with it. No matter what the trigger is, it's the actual thing itself making you feel better that you tend to come back to, because if you don't feel good anyplace else, well, a bottle of beer ought to do it, or a joint, or a fucking whatever, crack rock, whatever your choice.
Now, can I ask you a question? Because I never asked my mom. Because I don't ever think she would have told me what the reality. She would have just, because we were raised more, like I said, we raised more like sisters.
Yeah,
So our
me
stuff was
too.
very antagonistic. It was very, yeah,
Antagonistic, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it wasn't to where
Like,
she'd be like,
mom, what's your advice? Yeah, I never got that.
no, it wasn't that. Did it really make you feel better at the time? I'm not saying really make you feel better, but did you feel better, or were you just drunk?
No, I never felt better, ever.
So
And
if
that's the
you never
one thing
felt
I
better, why you
want to
kept
make
doing
very clear about any kind of addiction. You never feel better, even when you're doing it. Even if they say, oh, that first high was great, I keep chasing it, or whatever. Or, oh, when I'm drunk, I don't feel nothing. Bullshit. Bullshit. None of that ever makes you feel better. It's just one of those things where you start by like just trying to, like I said earlier, numb yourself. And you're like, oh, I got this under control. And then the next thing you know, you ain't got it under control. And you get more sadder, more depressed, more fucking, and then you're hiding shit. Like, I never drank in front of my kids. My kids were fucking, I was a PTA mom, reading is fundamental. I volunteered for all the things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went on all the. I didn't drink until they was in bed, right? So I thought I had a whole. You know, I felt like I done had it under wraps. Like they would never know that I was sloppy. Well, I mean, you can't hide that shit forever, for real. So it come to light, of course it does, because it's a rapid succession. It's like you start hiding it, and then the kids go to get them some beach towels or whatever, and all the wine bottles come rolling.
Hey, Sandra.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
So I was just wondering because
This is
if
water, yo.
oh, I was just wondering because if it doesn't make you feel better, why do it?
I don't know. It's like your body tells you almost got to. Like, you better get a beer, girl, because you can't even deal with the regular. That's what the alcohol tells you. The alcohol tells you, oh man, you can't deal with this stress today. You might as well drink a beer and just cloud up. That's really what it does tell you. And that's everything on every level. Like my mom's been a meth addict since fuck. I mean, heck. I'm sorry about that. Sorry.
But you know what? That's
I
just like
apologize, Lisa. I apologize, Cool.
no. I
I
think it's
didn't
like
mean.
I think it's like when you have people that smoke weed all the time. I
Yeah,
always wonder why they gotta smoke all the
all the
time. Like,
time. Why you
why
can't
do
get high and chill out?
you
Like read a
know,
book
when
or
we went to
draw
Atlanta,
something.
and we was beside a car, and Brittany was like, "Mom, you smell that? It just came through the car, through our car." And I'm like, we sitting in traffic.
Let's get some.
And then it's the
That's one
same.
thing I'll never quit. I mean, I don't disagree with the weed, honestly. But
But I be wondering why people smoke it.
well,
I tell you why. When I was younger, I tell you why.
I definitely don't agree with people smoking it 24/7, acting
Yeah,
like they
it's
was
like they gotta light up every time
like
I
they
look.
had to. They
Yeah,
just got to live. I don't like that. But if they smoke a joint occasionally, just enjoy it, go see some art or some shit, yeah. No, I'm totally down with that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just didn't ever. I just don't get it. The same way with people, that drink a lot. You know,
Well, my mom, when I guess I was the oldest of five, four now. Well, anyway, so I was the oldest, and my mom used to have a bunch of these fucking Harley people around, and there was always pills up in the cabinets, like pink hearts. You remember them days, Lisa? Black beauties. Oh,
We were
uh,
I was in
No, it was just alcohol in the South. It wasn't a. I was in the very South. I was in the
I was
Alabama.
in the South too,
I
and
was in
we
the
had
Alabama and the
a
Georgia. We had weed. We had alcohol, marijuana, and
yeah
then when I
moonshine.
graduated from high school, then came crack. I mean, cocaine was in there, but that was if you had money.
Yeah, we didn't
So
never have
nobody
cocaine.
bottled
I
cocaine because
never had
cocaine
a
was too
cocaine
expensive.
problem. Yeah.
Cocaine was too expensive, and then you had the revenge of the crackheads, and everybody was on crack. And then all of a sudden, meth came in and said, "Hey,
Ah,
don't get my thing."
no, my
And,
mom done been doing that
and
before it
then meth
even
came
came
in and
in
said,
cool.
"Hey, y'all, how y'all?"
Yeah, no, mom's like, hey, I done been doing it.
And
Yeah.
then doing in between crack and meth, somebody realized that opioids are synthetic heroin. People
Yeah,
don't
no,
realize that
thank you.
all this.
No,
Pe-
thank you. I know I got an addictive personality, and the last motherfucking thing I need, like even when I'm in pain, right? They'll say, oh, well, Miss Fox, would you like to have some whatever pain opioid? No, I would not.
you would not. I mean,
No,
because
ma'am.
people don't
I'll
realize
take some
that.
ibuprofen or some aspirin because I already done know I've got that personality. I don't need no other addictions. Thank you anyway. I'd rather suffer with the pain.
I don't know what methamphetamines is a synthetic amphetamine. I don't know the recipe.
Oh, you gotta watch Breaking Bad.
I'm about to look it up, y'all. Hold on, I'm still here
Watch
talking.
Breaking Bad. It's a bunch of chemicals, horrible
Right,
for your system.
So Sandra, I'm trying to understand why people choose alcohol to suppress certain feelings. After the alcohol and a good nap, the problem still exists.
Well, I tell you, it's more like and excuse me if I'm wrong, if somebody else feels different, you know. But I'll tell you this, for myself, in the depths of my depression and my alcoholism, for me, uh, that instant gratification, that numbness, maybe I just fall back to sleep and not think about nothing. That thing, it just dumbs my feelings or whatever. Even if it's for 20 minutes, that's what I was going for.
Okay.
And that's the truth. You don't really, you don't think about being more depressed afterward, right? Because when you wake up more depressed, you just go get more beer. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. And to me, like, when I was fucking fully a wreck, I thought to myself, I can't wait to drink myself to death.
Mm.
You know, in the back of my head, I was thinking, good, just keep doing it, Megan, because eventually you're going to get there, your body's going to shut down, and you are going to be released. You're going to be released of all the pain, all the hurt, you ain't never got to buy a beer again.
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying, you know, it's not always so easy as oh, this fucking drunk. You know, a lot of people got a lot of shit behind that.
Right. So I guess it's different for everybody.
It is.
It depends on
the journey, the person.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I just don't understand, like, not outside people, but like people that you know that's close by you and you know their life. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
know what went wrong for you to go that route. You know, and you have so much to live for. You have a family, you have house.
Yeah, you have education, you have beautiful kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
like
got all the things, like why would you just want to suck down some suds? I get it.
right.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like initially you're just drinking to numb yourself a little bit because your brain's thinking one thing and you're and you know your body got to do another, but you like, oh, let me dumb it down and I'll just deal with this function or that function or what the fuck ever. And then it comes to a point where it's your body says, yeah, bitch, you better get some alcohol.
Mm. See, I stopped drinking like 20 something years ago, and
Well, you want a beer?
you know what? That's something I never liked. I never liked the smell of beer. I never liked the taste of beer. And the crazy part was, my family from Louisiana, they wake up to a Budweiser.
I know, you're right about that. That's
And
how we did. That's
just,
how we did. Now, see, my brother and I, my brother's gonna be, I'm gonna do a live stream with my brother here shortly, but he and I are gonna talk about some shit. And
Mhm.
we haven't gotten along for a lot of time, or maybe we don't really talk, or I avoid him because there's a lot of pain that we lived through that I don't want to hear about.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he turned to alcohol too. So didn't I. And we were a mess. I mean, and when my brother died and my other brother stayed here with me, oh my God, I don't think we had a sober moment. Honestly. I doubt it.
You don't recall them?
No.
See,
I
that
remember visiting my brother.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, when he was sick and got diagnosed and all the things, but I don't remember. I remember visiting him and stuff like that. But man, once I got out of there, we were fucking hammered.
Okay.
Hammered. We couldn't get drunk enough between the two of us, and yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I never did. I never.
But we grew up around partying. So
See,
every morning, you know, I'd have to get the kids up for school, and there's a bunch of people laying passed out. Somebody's pissing in our lawn or our washing machine. Uh, we got empty beer bottles everywhere that we had to clean up before school, right?
Mhm.
So half of them would be half empty, and we would just drink them. And we were like 7, 8, yeah. So I think that's.
And I believe you because, like I said, I can recall down south when we go down there down Louisiana, and they be waking up the Budweisers in the morning every.
Yeah.
And
No, but what I'm saying is I mean, we didn't have no place to pour it. You know what I mean? Because there was so many dishes and everything. And my mom would say, get rid of them bottles, get rid of them bottles. So every morning, me and my brothers, me and my two other brothers would go around and drink even sometime we end up with cigarette butts, puking on the butts. Yeah, we were drinking them because she told us to get rid of it. But we weren't allowed, we were locked inside. So we couldn't go outside, and we were locked out of the bathroom. So we couldn't flush it down the toilet, and there wasn't no space in the sink, and we didn't have no running water anyway. So we was just like, fuck it, you know, we'll drink it. And that started the whole thing. And then I guess we thought we felt better when we were young.
Wow.
Yeah. And I guess that's where it started for us, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure.
What you guys say, baby? Hold on.
I love me some red hair. How cute could you be?
It's just the tips now.
Shut up. Red tips? That's what I need in my life. I need that shit.
All right, so somebody had asked what was meth. Now, the reality is that I don't know. So I looked it up because Google is free.
Yeah.
Now, it is.
Yeah.
Now, methamphetamines is an actual class.
It's a big
It's
one.
an actual drug. Methamphetamines is actually like a class 2 or class 3 stimulant.
Yeah, my mom shot it.
But crystal meth, it's okay. Imagine, if you will, cocaine and then crack. They're not the same thing, but they come from the same place. Crystal meth is what happens when you cook meth.
That's
when
crazy.
You take the pseudoephedrine, and I really don't know the recipe to the meth. I don't know, because
I really do not care. Watch you a bunch of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's what my son watches Breaking Bad. He said it's the shit. So
it is a great show,
like
but don't
see. Crystal meth seems like a much stronger process, because with cocaine, when you cooking it right now, you cook it, and then what's
I never
left
did that
is
shit
rock.
either. Never shit.
You
never
can do that
no
on the stove.
pills, no cocaine, no meth. I never did none of the things.
You
Right?
can do that on
Just
the stove.
booze.
But crystal meth, they got all these beakers and shit. It's all
Yeah, I know. It looked too scientific of me.
Y'all
too
are scientific crackheads. But
fuck a bunch of crackheads.
Scientific crackheads. But I understand what you're saying, because in the time that we grew up, I grew up in the 70s and 80s.
Me too.
So kids our parents would put a little alcohol, give us a little alcohol to make us go to sleep.
Yeah.
They would tell us to go light their cigarettes on the stove, or
yeah, give me a beer.
Go grab me a beer. You want to drink? You want some? I mean, we just grew up with that. And I didn't, And because, like I said, because I was raised with my grandmother, I didn't grow up with the alcohol as much as my grandmother smoked. So she would be like, I don't have no lighter, so go light my cigarette, bring it here. I'm like, your legs.
Well, I still love your grandma anyway. I mean, fuck, that's the least.
My
So,
grandmama
I
was.
mean, imagine your mom saying, "Take me to my meth dealer."
My bad. I'm
You
sorry.
only got your learners. You only got your learner's permit. You ain't got no license. It's after dark, and your mom's like,
Well,
"Yeah,
back in the day, we didn't have no drivers like they started teaching us how. They started teaching me how to drive as soon as I could reach the pedal. So,
you right about that." I don't know what driver's license means.
you know how many of us didn't have no drivers license?
I didn't never had a new driver's license for a bit.
So, but and we're getting away to the funny part, but I mean, how long we been on here, bro? I can't
I'm
see.
sorry,
Oh,
guys.
hours. I can't see. Anyway. Oh, okay. And we get into the funny part, but the reality is that, and sometimes you got to make a joke out of it.
Yeah,
Because the reality is that you can't make anybody do anything that they don't want to do.
you're right.
Period. End of discussion. It doesn't matter how many times you tell an alcoholic that this is your final chance. They will take a chance on you giving them another chance. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
That's
matter if
all.
they have. It doesn't matter if. Do you know how many repeat offenders have gotten DUIs or have had accidents
Hmm.
or have hurt somebody in a car accident?
Hey, luckily, I have not done that. I would like to raise my.
But I'm just saying
I
because
might have been a raging alcoholic a hot minute, but I swear to God.
you always try to figure out what is somebody's rock bottom. People always say that the addict has to hit the bottom, but to me, I can't imagine more of a bottom than you getting into an
Hiding in your
accident where somebody
house.
else could have been hurt.
Right.
I can't imagine more of a bottom than
Hiding in your house, hiding from your family,
right
hiding from your friends.
waking up in the yard,
Yeah,
waking up in the yard,
waking up all sweaty, your dog's outside,
waking
you
up
don't know
naked in the
why.
bathroom, waking
Yeah,
up in the drive-through, waking up at the
some
stoplight.
guy done pissed on your mattress. You don't know. I mean, it's a lot of stuff what could happen.
I mean, but my thing, I guess because when people say
I don't
my
even like
family
guys.
is the most important thing,
Yeah,
listen to it, listen to somebody, an addict. My family, they will never say the drugs are the most important thing until they get with another addict who will understand what they're saying. If
right.
you get with them while they're in with their family, I love my family. They're the most important thing to me. I'm about my family, but you're not. You're not. I don't care how much you say you are. If you are doing,
Okay. Okay, I got something to say about this, Lisa.
go ahead.
Hang on. Hang on. I know where you're going with this. And I know what you're saying. If you're an addict, you don't care about nobody really, not even yourself, right? So you're telling your family you care about them, blah blah blah. I know it feels empty, right? But I'm gonna tell you the truth. In every addict story, in every bit of like clarity that they got, the one thing that they do got is when they say they care, they really fucking care. That isn't a lie about an addict. That is one thing that I want everyone to know, that when your addict parent, your brother, your cousin, your mother, I don't give a fuck who it is, if they, in a moment of clarity at all, say to you, and that may be all you get, right? Because that person may be fucked the rest of your entire life. If all you get in that 1 minute is them saying they care, that's it. That is it. They mean that. They fucking mean it. Just because they can't clean themselves up doesn't mean that they don't care.
I understand. And I know that you're telling the truth. But what I'm telling you is we don't I'm telling you that's not what we feel. You can say it
Right.
all you want to. You can say
Right.
it to you blue in the face. You can say how much you love me. You can say how much you care about me. You can say how much you want this family. You can say how much you want these kids. You can say
Right.
how much you want this marriage. But at the
Right.
end of the day, the reality is
You
that
don't
even
feel
if you're
cared for.
serious about it, even
Right.
if on your inside, even if your inside parts are telling you how much you love your family and how much you really wish you could do different,
Right.
it doesn't matter to us because what
It's
we see is
somebody who still keeps repeating the same shit.
we see the last 30 times you told us how much you cared about us. We
And
see
then
the
look
last
at you.
time that
Right.
we had to come and get you from the jail.
Right.
We see the last 30th time we had to come and get you from the jail. We see
Right.
the last time that we had to try to hide you from our kids because you don't got your naked ass in the bathroom
Yeah.
and you can't get out.
Or sucking on some church dudes. Never mind.
I
There's
got
a
what you're
bunch
saying.
of
Or
stuff
because
I
see,
got to tell
I
you.
understand. I know that inside, I know my mama loved me. I
Yeah.
know that she shouldn't have had any more kids after me.
Mhm.
I know that
I think my
she
mom should
had.
have never had no kids.
I,
But
only reason I say after me is because without her having me, I wouldn't be here.
well,
However,
I know, but I think my mom should have just didn't had none. I wish to
I
God.
firmly believe that as well. Well, here's why. Here's why I say she shouldn't have had any kids after the first one, because even if you plan the first one with a spouse, it's still an experiment.
Yeah, you right
No matter
about
how
that.
much planning you
You
do,
right about that.
it's
Don't
still an
nobody play
experiment.
that shit. No.
Now, some people I firmly believe should have not have sperm or uterus, but that's
You
just
right
me.
about that.
However, I say this to say that we, as the family of an alcoholics and drug addicts, we get it. We know,
Yeah.
we know that in our smart mind, in the mind that does the math, that does the science, and does the biology, we understand that you love us. We understand that this is an addiction and that the addiction is powerful. We understand that you are not working on all cylinders. We get that. And that's just the smart part of us. But the part of us that's the kid,
The
that's the
feeling
wife,
part, yeah.
yeah, the part
Cuddly
of us that's
part.
the kid, the wife, the mama,
That shit
the
hurts.
brother. It doesn't matter how many times you say how much you love us because you show us how much you love that more, even if
Right.
you don't.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, telling somebody you love them, that's just words.
You right.
I say all the time how much I love unicorns, but I would give up every unicorn, including the real one, if it had to do with my kids. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But
No,
I can't, I'm addicted to unicorns. I'm addicted. It's a bunch of them.
yeah. I
You
mean, I
know,
love me a unicorn, sure.
but
But
no, if you look around the house one day, baby is going to count all the unicorns that are just in this room.
next time I come to Maryland, I want to see you girls. I mean it.
Well, you just let us know and we'll figure something out.
Oh my God. I'll come to you. I will. Because I swear to God, I remember the first time I met you at Soulful Teas
At
Hangout.
Soulful Teas, I don't know what that was. Was that a meet and
And
greet?
what was that? Meet and
It
greet?
was a meet and greet.
Yes. And I was late, of course,
That's
because
all right. You know what? You came, so that's all that matters.
yeah, but I walked up to you all. I was like, DC KOOLAID, please. Like before I even said hello to Soulful Tea, I'm like running up to you all. DC KOOLAID, Lisa.
That was trippy because let me tell you why that was trippy. That was trippy because I want to say not too long after that we went to Patapsco
Yeah.
and in Baltimore, and we were in the parking in the parking lot, and this couple was just staring, and we was like,
What are you staring at? Yeah.
and then we got out there like, "Are you DC KOOLAID, Lisa?" We like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and then they were like, "We love you," and I was like, "Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
because you don't think about
I
it. You
came
don't think
running
about
up
it."
to you all. I was like, and Soulful Tea comes over to me and she was like, about time you showed up, girl. And I felt bad. because I didn't go
It
to
was
her
crazy
right
when people
away. It
recognized
was
you.
just right to DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. I was like, oh my God, girls.
Yeah.
And then I hooked up with the rest of them, you know.
Oh, TC. I didn't see you in here. Hey,
Hi.
I was
I
sorry
can't
about
read
that.
the chat.
Yeah,
What
I was in the chat. I was trying to see.
what I do want to tell you though is I love you. I love what you do. I love your honesty. I love your heart.
Thank
And
you.
thank you ladies for making me laugh through tears, because that is the best medicine. I had to leave for a hot minute earlier because
Mhm.
I was crying. I was like,
Oh, cry. I mean, crying is good. The thing about it is, you know what I think? One of the reasons why people become addicted to anything is because they would rather hide their tears and not cry.
yeah,
Cry. If that's what you feel, the thing about it is, I think as people, we spend so much time trying to figure out how not to show the world our vulnerability and
especially as
what we
women.
consider a weakness. But the reality
Especially as
is,
women, you are not allowed to show no weakness as women.
But
Think
the
about it.
reality is that it takes a certain amount of strength for you to be able to cry when you need to cry, for you to be able to scream when you need to scream. At the end of the day, I can't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks about me. I got to do what I got to do, and I'm not going to do it and hurt somebody else in the process. So if I need to cry, I did it at my doctor's appointment. I did it. I did it with my wife. I do it when I have to. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you and say I do it all the time, because a lot of times I'll be feeling some kind of way, especially since I hurt myself, and especially since I found out certain things about my situation
Yeah.
that
I've been praying for you too.
I appreciate it. And I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna get better. It's just taking
You
longer, and I'm
will.
fine. But at the
You
end
will
of the
be
day,
fine. You are fine. You know
but
what I mean?
thank you. But at
Like,
the end of the day, sometimes I had to sit up there and cry to myself.
I know.
But I do it, and I stop. At a certain point, you stop having to hold things in. I tell my wife that all the time. Anytime you need to be whatever you need to be that. Don't hold it in, because one, it'll explode when you don't want it to.
Right.
Two, it'll explode about something you ain't mad
You ain't
about.
even got no control over it. Yeah.
Three, when that happens,
I get
you feel
arrested.
worse than if you'd have just went on in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
I
No,
don't
three
know how
is
to
when I
fix.
get arrested. I get arrested on 3 because I done messed up. I done depressed myself. I done suppressed
Well,
myself,
dude, I
and then
mean,
all of a sudden I done arrest myself. That is ABC.
we I don't know if there'll ever be a fix for alcoholism or addiction of any kind. I think that as long as there are people, there will be people who cannot always handle the situations they find themselves in.
Yeah,
There will always be people who cannot handle their sadness,
yeah,
who cannot handle their anger, who
yeah.
cannot handle when who cannot handle. You have people that who cannot handle being a survivor.
Right.
It is very hard to be a survivor,
It
to have
is very
survived
hard.
a to have survived anything, to have survived an assault, a parent's choice,
Yeah,
anything. And
but
people
a
don't
lot of
realize the
us,
strength it takes to survive something. And there are people who cannot handle being survivors. So
right,
there will always be situations where people
look for a fucking
look right,
out.
look for some kind of outlet, look for
Right,
some kind of quick fix, look
right,
for some kind of band-aid,
right.
look for something to stop the pain. When the reality is that sometimes, and I know it sounds kind of funky, sometimes you got to be friends with the pain so you can understand what you're doing. Because if you don't, the pain will truly become an enemy you cannot vanquish. You cannot get over it.
Yeah.
And and there comes a time. I'm a little congested, y'all. So if I sound like I'm crying, it's not. I'm congested. I can't help myself.
I'm getting
I
ready to
ain't got a
say,
reason to
don't you
cry right
make
at
me
this moment. So
cry.
I'm like,
Lisa, don't you make me cry. Because for real.
no. I firmly believe that you should confront a motherfucker. Stop. Okay, because I'm about to start cussing. So this is
Okay.
a disclaimer. I'm about to start cussing. I firmly believe that we should be able to confront these motherfuckers in our life that we love about the dumb shit they doing.
I did, though. And guess what it got me? A hand block. That's what I got. A
Well,
hand block.
well, let me tell you something. Here's why I say that. If you confront them, if you confront the person and they don't want what you're giving out, they don't want your help, they don't want your time,
I
they don't
was
want your
giving
love.
forgiveness,
If they don't
help,
want
all
it,
the things.
if
I
they
was
don't want any of that, then now you know you can go on and do what you got to do and let them go. At the end of the day, the reality is we hold on to these people. We hang on by threads, by our fingertips, just wait for them to realize that we love
accept
you
us.
and that we're
We
here for
love
you.
them. Yeah. Mhm.
We wait and we wait and we wait and we wait. And every second that we wait, it sits on our shoulders, not theirs.
Yeah.
If you have a sibling that you have waited and you're sitting up there hoping and understanding and wishing they would see what they have done, because clearly they don't, because when they relay what they've done to you, it's not what they've done. They see what they
Yeah, I
want to
know.
see.
It's their aspect or their
Right. They
skewed.
see what they want to
Yeah.
see, not reality.
Right.
And they'll give it to you in their reality. And you're like, I know I just watched this motherfucker do
Uh,
this.
no, I'm older than you bitches.
You know what I'm saying? I know. Here's the thing: these people like that will make you question reality,
I know. Then
because
I'm
you'll
like,
be sitting up
maybe
there
I'm
watching
wrong.
them. You'll be sitting
Yeah.
up there watching them do it, and you'll be sitting up there. This motherfucker just told me something. What the hell?
And that's what I say. I'm like, I know he's
You look at
twisting
folks and go.
shit.
You look at your people and go, what the hell? I just.
Mm-mm. He's lying,
But
right?
the reality is that, to me, if you are in a situation with somebody and you have done all that you can do, that's why I say you should confront them, tell them, let them know that there are no more chances, that this is the chance. I'm giving you the chance right now. You don't see what you're doing. And if losing me is not enough reason for you to see that maybe you're not right, it's not just that they don't see that what they're doing is wrong. They
They
will
don't
cuss
even
you out
gotta
and
be
fight
right,
you because
right?
they think they're right.
Right, Lisa? They ain't gotta even be right, right?
But
All
they
they gotta
think that
do
they're
is
right. They
accept.
think that everything they're doing is right. They think that how they're
Right,
approaching the situation is right. They think what they're doing is right. They think that
right,
you don't have the right to tell them what they're doing. They think that what they're doing doesn't affect you. They think that
right.
what they're doing is okay because they ain't dead yet. But the reality is you're slowly killing the people around you. So when
You
I
right.
say that you should be able to confront the person in your life and give them, say, look, dog, look him. I can't. This is it.
I know.
This is what
Look.
I
I
got to
done
say.
did this with my mother, and she told me, "I heard you."
And
That's
then
what
if
she
she
said to me.
heard you,
I
then all right,
heard
mama,
you.
you good.
Then
You good.
I was good. Like at my grandmother's funeral, this summer, we ain't seen each other in a hot minute, right? I ain't seen my mother, and she's steady, cracking her dentures. You can see she's on meth or whatever. Whatever, mom. He's 70s and still kicking with the meth. And she can't barely walk, right? Her joints is all fucked up from chemicals. And and my sister-in-law had parked her way down the hill, right? And so
Uh-huh.
my mom's looking at me like, hey, you gonna hold back, wait on me at my grandmother's funeral. You gonna hold back, wait on me, help me up that hill. And I looked at her and I was like, oh hell no. I was like, come on, mom. I just fucking walked away. That was probably the best feeling I ever had in my whole life. And I know that sounds sad. I know you mad at me for not helping the woman up the
I'm sorry. I don't know who you thought I was, but I'm gonna say, hold on. Oh no, you thought I was. Hold on. But Random Life Production said confrontation doesn't help. My mother spent years drinking heavily, and all you can do is just love them. The confrontation is not
Uh,
for them. The confrontation is not for
it's
them. When
for
I say
you.
confront somebody, I'm saying get all that stuff that you've been holding
Out.
in your mouth, in your head, in your heart out. Let them know that I see that you're a drunk. I see that I've had to pick you up off the side of the road. I see that you have fell asleep in your yard. I see that you have went here. I see that you have went there. I see all of this. And I
You
have
know, I
tried.
did tell
I've
my
done all I
kids.
can do. And if
Yep.
you're not ready for this help, if you're not ready to see that what you're doing is not just affecting you, but everybody in your atmosphere, then I'm done. I want to know you can't lie to me because
Right.
I don't believe anything you say.
Right.
So
And
the
because
line is done and
we're
all that.
all liars. Addicts are liars.
Right. And Lonnie said something after that. She said, my daddy was an award winning level liar and actor. Those confrontations and interventions did nothing.
Right.
But then again, I'm not talking about for them because y'all don't understand how long the children, spouses, siblings, and parents of addicts
Suffer.
hold their breath. You don't understand
Yeah,
how
I do.
long
I
you
do
hold
understand.
your breath. You
I'm
sit up
fucking
there for
generations old of this. I've
you
done
sit up
seen it.
there and we hold our breath.
I've
We
done seen it all this time. And when I got into therapy with my children, I told
uh
them, I said, tell me every goddamn thing I ever did to piss you off. Because I swear to God, I won't drink about it. I'm going to think about it. I want you to tell me. Tell me everything. Tell me how ashamed you was of me. Tell me, even though I was hiding it, they thought I was such a great mom. Everybody did. And I was like, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you saw, what hurt you. And don't hold back. And goddamn if that didn't make for a great relationship. For real.
because we spend all our time. We
Hiding
spend
shit.
all our time looking at this person. And with
Right.
me, I looked at my mom and I wanted her
To acknowledge the shit.
right, but I looked at her and I wanted her to love me the way my grandmother did. So I know that I look for love in places that I shouldn't have
Right.
because I was not getting what I thought I wanted, but I didn't know how to articulate that.
I
I
went to
didn't know
men.
how
Ain't
to,
that stupid?
right.
I made, ew.
So I did everything in what I thought in my mind was the opposite of whatever my mom would tell me, I would do the opposite. Whatever she had done, I did the opposite. I
Me
started working,
too.
I started having a job. I got a job when I was 17, and I worked from the time I was 17 with only a couple of years off in between there until I broke my leg a couple years ago. That's
I
how
know.
long I worked.
I've worked since the
So
age of 12.
so
And
my
that's
mom
only
had
because
kids
my
by the time
mom,
she was 22. I didn't
hmm
have a child till I was 37. My mom needed to have a husband. I was never gonna have no husband. But I know that I didn't articulate the things, and I know I did a lot of things looking for the attention that I felt should have came there. And it wasn't until I became an adult and I understood what I was doing. And you still hold that down. It was like seeing my mom drinking and be like, well, okay, if I just be this, then she'll be
yeah, I'll
okay.
be all right. Yeah.
Right. Not even I'll be all right. She'll be all right. At the end of the day, we
Yeah.
were taking
Yeah,
care
you
of people
trying to
that should
fix
have been taking
her.
care of us.
Right.
We were taking care of people that should have been taking care of us. So
Us. Yeah, that's what I always did.
when I say confront, I don't mean tell them that they got to do this and tell them they got to do that. Get that shit outside of you, that's inside of you, outside of you. Let them know that they done fucked up. Let them know that I see what you're doing. And let them know that if this is what you want, I'm cool with it. But I done took this burden off my chest, off my shoulders, and I done put it to the person and on the person it belongs to because we hold that stuff. They
Right.
don't.
And
Alcohol
that's
makes
why I
them
hope I'm breaking that shit. Because I did do the things. I took my kids to therapy and I said, I knew they knew I was drinking after they went to bed. That was obvious. I probably smelled like a fucking winery when I took them to school in the morning. You know what I mean? And then went to work smelling like that. So I mean, I wanted them to confront me with the facts. Just tell me how you fucking felt. How did you feel? And
as kids, excuse me,
right,
as
as
children,
kids, they
don't
felt
know how to
nervous.
articulate that.
They felt, yeah, well, now that they're older,
Right,
you
they're
know,
older, they can do it. But as kids, we don't know how to tell you that. We don't know how to tell our mom
we're fearful and you're a mess.
that
Yeah,
I'm
they
ashamed.
don't never want to tell me that.
Right, we don't know how to tell our moms that. Hey, I don't want to bring friends
You
around you
okay?
because you're drunk.
Yeah.
We
You
don't
okay,
know how to
mom?
tell our mom, I'm ashamed. I don't want you to come pick me up from school because people can see you weaving and bobbing when you're coming up the
No, that
driveway.
was never my case. I hid it.
No,
I hid
I'm
it.
just saying, not you. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying these are the things. We don't want our friends to come around because you offering them drinks like they grown. We
Oh, I
don't
never did
want you
that
to,
either.
we don't want you. I mean, I've seen, I know.
I seen it too. My kids was at houses. Look at this shit. Check this shit out. Remember that uh DC you remember this. I know you do. It was like something for the soldiers. It was like the not a Million Man March, but it was something like it was a concert thing. And
Baby,
Oprah was on the teleprompter. You know the thing when I'm talking about. Fuck.
you talking about the Million Man March?
Yeah, no. Oh, it was like shit.
What
Anyway,
year was it?
God, I don't even know, girl. I've done been through so many marches.
About to look it up. Give me a minute.
It was like Oprah was on there, and and Bruce Springsteen played, Eminem, and fucking what's her gorgeous
What was
face?
it called? What was it?
Oh
Was it a
man,
parade?
it was like not Million Man, but it was like damn it. It was something for the soldiers.
I remember something with Eminem downtown.
Yeah, Eminem and Rihanna was the closing act.
Yeah, remember?
And it was tons of people, right? Right.
I can't remember what that was. What it was that?
What the hell was that?
I was down there, but I left before all of that.
You lucky. You lucky. That sucked. Eminem sucked. I mean, I'm serious. And Metallica was there.
They had
Metallica.
set the whole thing up downtown.
Yeah. And only the soldiers got up close or whatever. And there was a bunch of these bummers that was wearing soldier outfits to try to get up front. Oh my God, it was a mess.
Lisa's really trying to find it.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, it was like a damn it.
Was it USO? It was the USO concert.
No, it was no. It was Oprah was there. What else?
It was for Obama. President Obama.
Yeah, it was president. Yes.
This was President Obama.
Yes. And it was a free concert to the
free concert. Yeah, they had a whole setup and everything.
Yeah, they did. Bruce Springsteen was there. No. Oh yeah. Well, I brought my kids down there, right? Well, my son and a couple of his buddies.
Mhm.
Well, they start disappearing from me, like off from me, because there wasn't no alcohol sales there or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they start disappearing and come back, and I'm smelling like liquor and shit. I ride back on the train on the metro to where in the hell was I parked? It doesn't matter. I was riding back on the metro with my kids, the ones with me, and this bitch, the mom that was supposedly there, she was like, "Oh yeah, Noah and my son and his friends kept coming to visit me, and I kept giving them moonshine. And I told them you probably wouldn't like it." Oh my God. I wanted to drag that bitch off the train.
Wow.
I looked at her and I was like, your best bet is to shut the fuck up right now. Don't talk to me, not another word on the bus, because the metro, because I swear to God, when we get off of here, I got something to talk to you about. And she was like, she was running from me. I was like, bitch, come here. Come here.
Yeah, because down when they have big events, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it it wasn't a Million Man. It was like, God dang it.
I'm telling you name up.
Wait a minute, hold on, let me put you back.
Hold on. It's the Concert for Valor.
Yes. Thank
It
you.
was a Veterans Day concert that took place November 11th, 2014 at the National
Thank you.
Mall in D.C.
That's it. That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Oprah made it
Where
to the
did y'all
top.
go?
Oprah made it to the
Oh, yeah.
teleprompter. I thought she was gonna be there. That's the only reason I went. Here she was on the teleprompter. I felt so ripped off.
Well, I mean, if I'm looking at the lineup, it was Bruce Springsteen, the
Uh-huh.
Black Keys, Rihanna,
Uh-huh.
Eminem,
Foo
Zac
Fighters.
Brown Band, Jennifer Hudson, Carrie Underwood, Metallica, Dave Grohl, and Jessie J.
I tell you. Jessie J killed it. Jessie J killed it. Metallica was and Eminem blew it.
Yeah,
Rihanna was
Jessie J did 2 songs. Metallica did 3 songs.
uh-huh.
Bruce
Bruce
Springsteen
did,
did 3.
yeah.
Everybody did 3 except for Jessie J and Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer
Yeah.
Hudson did the Star Spangled Banner. Jessie
That
J
was
did 2
beautiful.
songs. I don't
That
know
was
who that.
beautiful. Don't get it twisted. Jennifer Hudson's Star Spangled Banner made me cry a little bit. That
Carrie
is
Underwood did 3 songs. Y'all know I'll look it up. I have no problem looking it up. Google is free. Google is free.
you know what I'm talking about though. That was the thing. That's where I was at.
All I need is a couple of words, and I got it.
You
I'm about to
got
check
it?
the age.
I even gave you some acts.
But
Yeah.
the subject, it affects everybody. Everybody, I don't want to say 100% of the world, but most people I know got that mama, daddy, uncle, auntie, sister,
Something.
brother, cousin that you just waiting for that call.
Yeah, but
And the
there's so much
reality is,
other shit that goes along with the addictions. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
But the only thing I'm gonna tell you something. Even though you are the child of an addict, and at one point you became one yourself, but the
yes.
reality is the worst thing that we do is that we always, I know I did as the oldest child, I always was waiting for that call.
Yeah.
I was always fearful of when a call came from Atlanta.
I still am.
I always wait. I mean, after so long, I didn't, because, like I said, when she moved up here and got sick, because when I was 27, my mom
Mm-hmm.
had a massive heart attack. When she was in surgery, she had a massive stroke. So she came out partially paralyzed, but she still smoked and drank. She still
Right.
did everything to mess up.
Right.
Even to the point to where my grandmother had to go into her savings and fix this lady's house because my mama drove a car into a living room.
Yeah, I believe that. My mom drove
And
one into a light post and walked across the live wires. She didn't get hurt. Tell me why. But
damn. But
yeah,
the one thing we always, and you don't know it. See, I tell people that, and they think that I'm lying. You don't know you're not breathing. You don't know
yeah.
your shoulders tight. You don't know your teeth
Oh
are
my
clenched.
God, Lisa, you don't know how much that means for you to say that.
You
Because
don't
for the
know that.
longest, I held my shoulders up under my ears, holding my breath.
and
Oh
it
my,
affects you later. Even now, I would be sitting up here like, okay, like right now the TV's on, but I'm talking. And when I'm not on here, I'm looking, I'll be just watching TV.
yeah.
And something will come on the TV that'll remind me of something. And
I hold my
my
breath.
teeth will clench up and
Me
my
too.
shoulders will get tight.
Me
And I
too.
have to sit there and physically
Fight
tell myself,
to
go
lower
back
my
in, teeth
shoulders.
clenched up. Right.
Right.
So we spend the majority of our lives like this, not realizing we're like this,
Right.
waiting for that shoe to drop.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's I got a cousin that's like my brother that I still my teeth are clenched for that day.
Yeah.
But he's gotten older and it doesn't he's not still doing the same stuff he was, but his life and how he deals with life is affected because of what he did when he was younger. The
Right.
reality is a lot of these young addicts are now old. These young people with addiction are now old people with addiction, and maybe they're not
They
addicted to what
can't
they are, and maybe
work.
they're not actively in their addiction, but their body is so torn up
Shut up. Yup.
that you're still clenched up because you know that they took 10, 20 years off their life
Yeah.
back in the
Being all
day.
clenched up.
Right. So it wasn't till that's why I say say what you gotta say to the people you love. It is not you're not showing just because you don't like what somebody does,
That's
just
not our
because
weakness, right?
right,
That's
just
not
because you don't like what somebody does, just because you do not approve of what somebody does, just because somebody is doing something that you know is harmful, but they won't listen, doesn't mean you don't love them. So when I say confront or talk, tell them what's on your mind. Tell them stop being nice to them. Stop sitting up there hoping that, thinking that if you tell them the truth, it'll make them worse. How much fucking worse can they get?
you right.
How much worse can you get?
You
How
can't.
much worse can you get?
You can't.
Your words of look, I have watched you do this. I have picked you up from that. I have seen you here. I have heard
I
you
have
there.
loved you through this.
I have
I have
loved
loved
you
you
since
through
you were
that.
born, and I love you to this
I
day.
still love you, but you need to
But
get
I
your
can't
shit
do it no
together.
more.
Right.
If what you're doing is more important right now for you than I am, I feel like
Then
I
we
need to go
need it.
somewhere else.
Right.
And I mean, you can say
That's
it
what
how
I
you want
did
to
with
say
my
it.
mother that day at that funeral when she was waiting on me to she delayed the whole funeral. You understand me? And my grandmother was one of the most wonderful people in my life. Brought us to church. I mean, she was so yummy. I literally she beat us and all, but we deserved it. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
saying?
mean, we got beat. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
We got beat. It just was
Like a
what it
little
was.
bit of
So
a fly swatter. Yeah. But we also stole her car and romped around the fields. The point is, I was not about to wait on a, a matriarch like that, her funeral for my mother. There was no effing way. And she had to be the most deliberately late, labored person by the grave. You know what I mean? Even the fishing, the preacher had to wait. We all had to wait. My stepfather didn't go down and help her, and I certainly wasn't going to. I was like, "Bitch, please crawl your ass up for real."
here's
And
the
that
thing.
was the
I'm
best
sorry.
feeling.
I mean, I'm trying not to laugh, but that's kind
I'm,
of funny.
s- I,
But I mean, but here's the
but you
thing.
know what? I felt like empowered that day. I felt like my grandmother would have been like, "Good." She didn't
But,
like her anyway. She'd have been like, "Good girl." Because I wasn't about to go down the hill and get her ass.
but here's the
Everybody's waiting
thing.
on her. There's 170 some of us waiting here. And we're all crying and shit. And she's just steady making her way up. Uh, and I'm thinking in my head, man, you shouldn't have smoked so much meth. You'd probably get up that hill sooner. I don't know. I didn't want to get her. And I looked up everybody around, my brothers, my sisters, my pop. None of the family was going down to get her. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I won't Rotten Hill. I was so.
People get upset. They get upset because they feel
I
like you treat them
apologize.
bad. But the reality is that they have showed you how they want to be treated.
Yep.
They have showed you. I don't know your mom, so I don't know exactly what she did.
I
But
do.
I am sure if you felt at that time that you didn't want to go get her, that was something that she gave you. She taught you how to treat her.
You
My
right.
mom taught me how to treat her.
You right.
But then they use it as an excuse
To
because
hate
then they
me.
say you don't
Oh,
love
she
me,
fucking
you're
hate
not
me.
treating
Oh,
me
look at
good,
Megan. She didn't come down to get me. Oh my
you
God.
never loved me,
Yeah, she
that
don't
kind of
love
thing.
me. This trifling bitch, I called up to the house, right, just here recently because it was Pop's birthday. And I was like, Pop, I said, Pop, I'm coming to see you for your birthday, man. I got you a smoker. And he was like, oh, I don't know. I better ask your mother. And I was like, no, you don't. No, no, you don't ask my mother nothing. I'm coming. Okay. Whoop.
Leilani said, Rayon asked me this evening, is everyone's family dysfunctional?
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
there is no perfect family. The reality is that families are made up of so many different
Individuals.
personalities and individual people, and
Mm.
we are
A
just a
must.
mishmash of this and that. And you gonna have them days when you don't like somebody, when somebody getting on your nerves, when even them just breathing, just the normal regular breath that God gave them is
Yeah.
aggravating you.
Even
You look at them
sneezing.
and go, why the fuck are you breathing today?
Yeah. Like, why you didn't die when you sneezed?
Not that you didn't die. I never want to eat. I never want my baby to die. But then you look on,
But
why
I
are you still
think, yeah.
breathing? I don't know how you can separate breathing and dying. But
Dying.
I
I don't
mean,
know. Breathing's important.
why are you chewing? Look, or they eating.
Yeah.
Why are you chewing?
Why you don't choke,
Just
you
swallow.
little
Shit.
fucker?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm making jokes. But the reality is that families are made up of so many different people and situations, and you make the best of it. But that doesn't mean, and I
That
would,
you gotta take it.
if I'm the person that makes you want to leave, then fucking leave me.
Yeah.
If I'm the person that is causing you, if if it's like, okay,
If I'm causing you all this
if I'm
grief.
causing that, then tell me. If I don't fix it, fucking leave me. Because
But
I
see,
can't.
Lisa, that's a problem with too with like uh addiction, right?
Mhm.
And you have these babies. Say you got a family, right? And you got a couple kids, and in your head you're thinking, if you don't like me, just leave me. If I'm that bad, just leave me. But of course you don't mean that, A. And
I
two.
mean, I sort of kind of do because I
Yeah.
am the person. I mean, as an adult, as a kid, I know kids just can't leave. But what I'm
Right.
saying, if my adult son, Nick about to be 17 and Nick about to be 18 this year. And
18.
mhm,
What?
so shut
He
up.
was 13 when
Shut up.
I know.
Shut up. He's about to be
God,
18. Anyway,
he's done legal
shut
almost.
up. But
God,
if
that's
I'm
so
the
weird.
reason that he's sad, if I'm the reason that he can't articulate his feelings, if I've caused all these things growing up, then if he needs to be away from me, then I would rather for him to go. Because the reality is that I can't do anything in the middle of my addiction to
Right,
help anybody because I
right,
can't even help my fucking self. But I
right.
hope that I have. But see, that's the thing. That's the catch 22.
Like,
You
did I
hope
do
you raise
enough?
somebody.
Right.
You hope you raised them right, but you know you didn't because you were in the middle of your addiction and you were sitting up there raising them the way you wanted them to treat you as an addict, not as the way
Right,
you
but
wanted them to
and
treat
then
you as a parent.
the guilt proceeds to, well, you might as well drink. So you don't think about that guilt. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Oh man, I feel
it's
so
like
guilty.
it's a never ending cycle.
Cycle.
It feeds itself.
Yeah.
Addiction is self feeding. It doesn't need any. It doesn't need the outside.
It
It
don't
doesn't
need
need.
gas. It don't need
Excuse me.
gas.
Addiction doesn't need the outside. It doesn't need any outside stimulus because you start drinking for one reason. Now you're
Right.
drinking. And
Right.
then in the middle of you drinking, you realize that, well, fucking, ain't no use in me getting sober, so I'm going to drink some more. And
Right.
then you decide that, oh, well, the drinking is causing this. So let me go on and drink some more. So maybe if I drink some more, I cancel this out. And then
Yeah.
and then you
Hey.
go back to the initial reason you were drinking because even in the middle of all of that, that thing that made you drink initially is still there. And now you're so drunk that it is like a spotlight. So everything that you were trying to hide, everything that you were trying to dim down, you have now
It's
made
right
bright
in
as
your
the
face.
sun.
Yeah.
So now you got to drink again to dim that sunlight down you just fixed up. So you
Yeah,
don't need
because you
nobody
don't want
to,
to see that shit.
right. So you
You
don't need nobody no outside. But
right. You want an alcohol filter. Like like the Instagram filters. It's kind of like, how much can I drink? Look at me. I look like I got it together.
But see,
Bam.
I'm gonna tell you something. This is a joke. This is not a joke, but it's funny. This is real life, but it's
I
funny.
mean, I'm sorry. Yeah.
When I was drunk, when I was going out back in my 20s, in my early 30s, and you know how people say beer goggles, and
Oh
people say they
yeah.
look better when you're drunk. When I was
Mhm.
drunk, if you was just a little ugly,
I'd say you was smart.
baby, when I was drunk, if you was
I'd
just a
say
little
you was a
ugly before
genius.
I got drunk, when I got drunk, your ass was Quasimodo. When I got
Yeah,
drunk, your ass
I
was
know.
a
A
baby. I
supermodel
never
in
thought
my
nobody was
head.
pretty when they was drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, and I
Let me
asked
get
my
drunk
homeboys.
tomorrow so you still look right. That's what I was doing.
I asked my
I was like,
homeboys
I'm
because my
sorry I brought
homeboys
you
would do
home.
that.
Let me keep drinking. Let me keep
Right.
drinking.
Now I have been a little drunk. I have been tipsy. I've been drunk. I've been drunk.
Mm.
I've been fuck. Shit. I've been
You be
shit.
fun, really.
But in none of those drunkenness have I ever looked at somebody and go, oh, you so fine. If you are not fine before I get drunk, you are now
you's
extra
worse.
not fine. And
You're
now
way
I'm drunk
worse.
enough to tell you. Because when you sober, you're polite. You're
I
like, oh
wish
no,
to
thank you.
fucking God you had been the one holding my hand all the times when I was drunk, and I was like, "You look alright.
No,
Like
that if you looked
you
all right
look
before I
kind of
got
like
drunk,
Tom
that was
Cruise."
the one thing. I guess I was the ugly drunk. If you look just all right before I was drunk, you ugly enough
You
motherfucker
uglier
now.
yet? Yeah.
And at least when I'm sober, I can be nice. I can go, if you ask me to dance, oh no, thank you. No, thank you. When I'm drunk, baby. I was
Oh
okay.
shit!
Story time. I was in
Oh
this
damn!
club one night, and me and my
Mm-mm.
girl, me and my roommate we got cute after work. We didn't
Uh
work late,
huh.
so we got home. We got cute, makeup
Mhm.
on. Because when I went to
Mhm.
the club, if I
I
had the
always did.
boobs out,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
the
yeah.
girls was out, I had on pants.
The girls.
If the girls was out, because I either had the girls out or my ass out. It was one. I didn't have both at the same time
One
because
or
I
the
had a lot.
other. I know. I pick one.
So if the boobs was out, I had on pants.
Yeah.
So we was cute. I had my little jacket on, my little boots looking fresh, clean, and everything. I had on the little big pants, and I
Ah,
was looking snatched. But I
yeah.
was drunk as fuck. I was drunk as fuck. We was in that good drunk. We was in that we can still walk a little straight drunk, but we shouldn't
Yeah.
drive drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we was good because we do what smart people do. We start getting drunk at home. So we
Right.
don't need
Right.
but
Right.
one
Right.
drink
We
in the
don't want to
club.
spend that money to the club.
Right. So we was ready. We was ready when we got in the club, right?
All right.
So I'm sitting like this, but I'm looking at her this way. This way is the aisle, like you're going up in the club. So I got my back like this, and we chit-chatting and laughing and talking about what somebody got on. This girl, why the girl got that dress on her
Why
ass
she
out?
wear
She was
that?
cute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at this hoe.
So we just talking, and then my roommate, who is looking this way at me, and I'm looking this way at her, she started laughing. So I'm drunk and thought I'd missed something. I'm looking around trying to see
You getting
what
angry.
the hell she laughing at.
You getting angry.
No, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to figure out what I missed. So she looking and laughing over my shoulder. So I turn around. So I hit the drunk turnaround. I go,
Oh shit.
behind me, standing with his hand out.
What?
Baby, when I tell you
No, man.
somebody, Reverend Dr. Pastor Deacon Doug Uncle was standing
No.
beside me with some polyester pants on that went to a suit, a polyester shirt with the button down and the taco meat and the gold chains and a big afro. Now this was the 90s, so this was an unacceptable outfit. And he had a hat sitting in the middle of the afro. If I didn't look around and bust out laughing at this man, and
No,
I
you
fell out
did.
of the chair
No, you
onto the
did.
floor. Now
Oh
understand,
my
this was an
God.
old club, so I probably should have been on the floor.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
I'm on the floor dying laughing. I am dying. I cannot
No,
control
you
myself.
didn't.
I cannot be nice, because if I was sober, I would have said, "No, sir, thank you." Drunk
Bullshit.
Lisa said,
If I was sober, I'd have said, "Do you want punched in your face?" That's what I'd have said. Sober.
Drunk Lisa
I'd have
said,
said, "Do you like a
Drunk
punch in
Lisa
your
was
face?"
like,
Oh my God.
Drunk Lisa was like, once I got
Lisa,
off the floor
no.
laughing, Drunk Lisa was like, "What
No.
you want to say?" Then I was doing the, why he got his hand out? Why you got your hand out? He was like, "I wanted to dance." "No, sir,
Why do you
thank you.
pick
Go
me?
take that collar down."
I feel so special.
No, go away. No, no, I don't want. Why?
Go
And
by.
then, cause
Go by.
no, no. So Drunk Lisa, don't ask Drunk Lisa to
Oh,
dance if you ugly.
oh my God.
The moral
That
of the story
is
is Drunk Lisa is not polite if you ugly. So there we
that
go.
is so funny
So no,
because drunk Megan married ugly.
Drunk Lisa is fun and funny and likes to laugh. However, Drunk Lisa do not have beer goggles. Drunk Lisa don't have
Okay,
beer
all
goggles.
right. I ain't gonna be the drunk Megan anymore, but I
I
will
don't
be.
have the beer goggles.
I
I
might be a
don't.
little bit buzzed, but I'm solely addicted to me some chillaxing and not addicted like that. Okay.
Well,
I like a
Megan.
joint every now and then. I'm not giving up the weed. Sorry. That
Well,
will never
Megan, all
not
I'm
happen.
saying is that you be mindful, be careful, because we love you and we want you to
I
be
love you
here.
too.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the moral of all our stories is that
Through the pain, look how yummy we are. I mean, through all this pain, look how goddamn cute we all
sober, like
are.
Lonnie
We can't
said, I
help
married
that.
ugly.
We
I'm like,
can't help that.
No.
What? Is this thing on?
I got a
Look,
mic. Hold on, let me see. I got an echo. Hold on, y'all. Y'all want to hear the echo? Soberly, Lonnie said, I married ugly. Can you hear it? Doo-doo-doo.
I just want you to know that not only do I love you on the YouTubes, but I think you're beautiful people in real life, and I love what you're doing. I
Thank
love
you.
your real talk, and I love really, I love everything about you. Really,
Thank you
honestly.
so much. We love you too. Hold on, where's my hold on. My echo was gone. Hold on, it's got a good echo. Wait a minute, y'all. Ooh. Ooh.
But listen, look.
Ooh. Oh, my bad. I'm playing with the microphone.
I'm fixing to come to the Maryland area, close to DC area here shortly. Maybe we can all go out to dinner or something. I'll buy.
All right.
Aye. Aye.
She said
Thank
McDonald's.
you, ladies,
We can
for
go to McDonald's anytime.
not McDonald's, damn it.
She said McDonald's. I'm not
I
going to
never
McDonald's.
said McDonald's. I am not
My
even
wife
a
said
McDonald's.
McDonald's. She got
Ah,
jokes. She had jokes.
I'm gonna take you. You got jokes, all right. Get this woman a microphone. Okay.
Baby, she got it. First of all, let me tell you something, Megan. This is completely off of the topic. Since you said something about nope, that's not what you said. Since you said something about microphones, my wife has how many microphones you got over there, baby?
I don't know. 17. I
Wow.
would see a different motherfucker every time.
All right. Well, this one is hers because she said she had one. I saw somebody. Right. So this one is her mic. So I got to get a pink one. So I'm gonna order my
Yeah,
own.
you need a fake one. That's
I
what
gotta order my
I'm
own.
saying.
But she has about 5 mics.
Wow.
She has the one she talking in. She got a ball one up here. She got another mic down there.
Look
It's a
at
mic
it.
and a mic in a box. She got a bunch of mics.
No, girl, we're getting you a pink one,
I'm
and
gonna get
it's
a pink
gonna be
one like this
bejeweled.
one. They got
It's
a pink
gonna be
sparkly
bejeweled.
one.
I got Mike.
She got like 2 or 3 mics that's hanging from the thing she's doing over there now.
Jesus, it ain't doing nothing with.
She is. Everything she does. I don't use mics. She uses all her
I
mics.
don't use them either.
She uses all her mics.
She's
But all right, y'all,
balling.
this is 2 hours.
She's
We're gonna get up
balling
off
over
of
there,
here.
but you need you a pink bejeweled mic, and
I'm gonna
that's
get one.
fine. Mm-mm.
She just
I
wanted me
mean,
to
the
see how it
blue's
works.
okay, but you need you a pink one.
I'm going to
Also,
get a pink one
too, I think you need
with
some
all the
jewelry.
noises.
I think you need some jewelry, and I'm about to send you bitches some.
I have jewelry. I just don't wear a lot of it.
No, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm a psychic jewelry connection.
Hey,
Like
well, psychic
person.
on then.
Get
All
your
right, y'all.
psychic
It has
on.
been over 2 hours, and I have upped my mic noise.
Take care.
I
All right,
love
I'm
you
wishing
guys.
you
I
love
love
you.
you so much. Thanks for
Love
having
you
me, and
too. No
thanks
problem.
for highlighting this.
Thank you. Thank you
It's
for your
very
opinion and
important.
your perspective. We appreciate that.
I appreciate you having me, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone.
No, you ain't saying that. You ain't saying that.
Okay.
All right, we can get ready to get off. All right, so all right, guys. So shit, hold on. I have to be more serious. The topic is close to home for a lot of people. That's why I said at the beginning, this could trigger some people. It's hard to separate the addict from their addiction and for them to be the people that you want them to be in your life. No matter how they explain it, they can never truly explain why they would use alcohol and use it to the point to where it affects their family. They'll never be able to explain that. They can never articulate and tell you why drugs and alcohol are more important. And never think that it is your fault in any way. I don't care what none of them say. Addiction sucks. But if you're the family of an addict in any way, find somebody to talk to. Don't sit over there and think that you're by yourself and think that nobody can understand your situation and sympathize with you. If you need to get it out, get it out. Don't let it stay in you because that'll do more damage than hell what they're doing. I love you, Bomb Squad. I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. And I love Megan. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody who's been in the chat, all my moderators. I want to thank everybody who shared a piece of their story with us because that's important and that is a part of you, and we really appreciate that. I want to recognize that anybody who shared a part of themselves, we appreciate that. It is not just for this video, and we understand. So down in the comments down below, comment whatever you want. Topic, something that we touched on. If you just need to talk to somebody, if you just need to rant about something that's in your brain, hit them comments down below. Share this video because I'm sure everybody knows somebody who might need to hear what we're saying. Because there are a lot of people, there are millions of people who feel like they are alone. They feel like they ain't got nobody to talk to and they got nowhere to turn. So share this video out. If you should happen to pass across this video, should happen to come up on your timeline, or somebody shared it to you, you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we do this all the time. If you have anything as a new subscriber, or just not even a subscriber, somebody who watched our video and like what you saw, hit them comments.
If it's something that you want to get off your chest, or you want us to talk about it, or you might want to hear outsider input about some type of issue or something that you want to talk about, let us know, hit in the comment, we'll make it as a real talk.
Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. We got bingo tomorrow. So it's normally at night, so it'll be about 7:30. So watch out for bingo. You want to spend a couple of hours over here? That game of chance, boy, we give you a chance. Come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh yeah, so I did it all. So, no, I didn't. Hit that like button. We still need them likes, y'all. So I really appreciate everybody who talked and who interacted with us. Everybody just said hey. And those that are looking in the bushes and didn't feel like talking. Not everybody got something to say, so I appreciate y'all too. Because I know I don't always recognize the bushes, but I'm going to recognize them today. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video, you guys can join us. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank the Bomb Squad. And I want to say I'm out. It's your girl, Lisa. And I'm out.
And this is DC KOOLAID. Hit your mute button, baby, so I don't get no feedback. No feedback.
Yeah. Coming in. Yeah. Flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby who run away. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10 again. Yeah. Station name. Big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass. Slab on everything. Soon as you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses. I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffee. Money clip I toss that I heard is big bags on big bags on big bags coming. Coming in. Yeah. Flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LA baby who run away. Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action. Bitch, I'm active. If he never heard of Ben Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch. I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell him, most Cialis roll is broken. Whistles longer than this foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's an ass? She is a gorgeous. Live my life last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest. Do not know we're knocking on the door. This came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah, LA baby who run away. Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah, LA baby who run away. Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10. Yeah.